Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Tony, and today we are going to be looking at what is your love language? I actually got this asking this question about a month or two ago. It came to me, and I didn't do it, and I let it go. And I was meditating a couple days ago, and it came back, and I was just like, okay, I will pull on love languages, figuring out your love language, but also seeing how it can have the shadow sides. Like everything has a dark side and a light side. So we're going to look at the shadow side of our love language, and we're going to also look at the light side. So we're going to look how that's your love language is can be a shadow sometimes, and sometimes how it can be light, and so how you can work that in your world, and seeing maybe something that maybe you need to work on. And then we also have these beautiful healing stones down here. So pile one is on security and the sacral chakra. The second one that came out was soul connection, and the third eye chakra came out. And then we have self-worth on the third one, and we have the heart chakra. All right, you guys, take a look. Remember, these messages are general, so take what you need and leave the rest on the table. Just let it, if it works, and then let the rest flow. All right, let's get started. Bye. Hello, pile one. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. We are going to be talking about what is your love language. So how you show up and with your love, and this could be love to anyone. This is your love language. I started with these little chakra stones, and this one is a sacral chakra. This has to do with a lot of, I feel like it's more touchy-feely, but this is to do with, your desire, your pleasure, your creativity. It's also sexual. So I thought, when I pulled the stones, I thought, oh, okay, this person might show their affections by, through sex, through their passions, through their creativity, through their pleasure, forgiving pleasure, receiving pleasure. They could show that. But then I have the security come out. And security to me is, it's kind of like that same energy down there, because security is the root chakra, which is right next to the sacral chakra. So it is having that security, that nest eggs. So, you want your desires, and you want to feel, and you want to touch, but you also want to be secure on, can I pay my bills? Can I, do I have enough for this? So you want that security in the relationship, or is this person going to really, be there for me? Are we going, oh, you know what I'm getting now with that security and with that sacred chakra? Are we going to mush well when it comes to our desires and our creativity and what we desire and what we both pleasure? That kind of energy. I'm getting that kind of energy. Yeah, that works perfectly. So I'm going to use one deck really quick just to pull your general love language to see what comes up. And then we're going to look at the dark side, the shade side, and then we're going to look at the light side. Okay. Oh my gosh. You know what came out? This card kept stalking me when I was shuffling early, and I was just like, why are you, because it wants to come out. Okay. So this group right here, pile one, you guys, Eight of Pentacles, you want to, so, with Pentacles, you want something in this world. You want security in this world. You want a secure relationship in this world. You want to work at it. You want to master it. You want to, see it, plain as day, right? Hard stone right in front of you. That person is, loves to give you hugs right here. That person loves to give you kisses. That is your love language. It's in the here and now. It's not in the thoughts or the communication. It's hard, solid. I want you, I want to work on things, kind of. It's there, and that's interesting, and I love that came out, and it plays out. If you look at it, it fits with this security. You want to be secure in your relationship, okay, but you also want the pleasure of it as well. All right, now we're going to look at the shadow side of it. I'm going to show you the cards. You'll see the cards. I'm going to flip them because what happens is the shadow side shows one thing, and then the light will have another thing. So here's a shadow. If you look at the card, you got, this is your first card. This is the shadow, and this is the light. This is one of your shadow cards, okay? So we got security. You just need to see that part, because that's the part right there. So you got 4 of Cups. Your shadow. And remember, guys, these messages are general, so take what you need and let the rest flow, okay? You know, if it doesn't fit, then hey, that's not you, and you just let that go. You can leave it on the table here, okay? So for your shadow side, you got 4 cups and 2 of cups. So there is love here. This is all about love, because even though that Pentacles was here, because it's like you want that solid foundation in a relationship. That's why the Pentacles is here. You want something that, you know, that works out, that you can master, that it's going to be long lasting. Because you want to master your relationships. But at the same time, your shadow side is with the 4 of Cups. It's looking at, it's because if you look at this character, she's looking back. And when you look back like that, it's constantly reflecting on the past of things not working out and things just being kind of being shattered from the past. And looking, that side is where you have tried to master things. Maybe it's you've worked and you've tried to master things, and that's the shadow side, is that you want maybe it's you're perfectionist and you want perfection in your relationships, and you looked at how that cup was not perfect. It wasn't a perfect cup. You didn't, as you can see, when you're putting things, when you're making things and putting them in the fire and creating, sometimes they break and they don't work out, and that's okay, and you start again. And so that's your shadow side, is that you might dwell on that and look at things of, you know, well, it didn't work out in the past, so why will it work out now? You know, I'm getting kind of that vibe. And then you have a 2 of Cups, whereas, yeah, what I'm getting here is putting your all in, because 2 of Cups is, if you are not looking at the shadow side, 2 of Cups is wonderful, but this is our shadow side. So it's where you might have put, you know, your time and your effort, and you worked and you fully gave your cup, but that other person did not give that cup back. And so again, it could go back to this dwelling. So always, you're constantly looking at the past and how things didn't work, and you're wanting things to be so perfect and them to work out, that it's hard for you to connect because of that. And that's the shadow side of your love language. Okay, let's look at the light, because we are not looking, we don't have to we can look at our shadows and recognize them and say, okay, that's my shadow. And then you can say, you know what, I don't have to live in my shadow. I can accept that and not dwell in it, and accept it for what it is and keep moving. And so, oh my gosh, it's interesting, because your light side, if you can see, it's a Knight of Pentacles. Again, that security is coming up. That's all what that's what this Knight of Pentacles. He's a very stable, you know, dependent energy. And it's interesting, because it's like, I'm going back to your shadow, because your shadow's playing out in here. It's like, yeah, I had this relationship, and then someone came along that seemed to offer something better, and that's where that 2 of Cups that I wanted to go to went to, you know. And so you feel it, the light side of this is that when you come to the table, you want to offer something solid. You want to bring a solid offer to people, and but you take your time, and that's fine. But you're stable, and you're reliable. I love that. Okay. It's a reliable energy. You're reliable. You're stable. You know, you take your time. You don't rush things. So that's good. That's your light part. And let's get another light part of you as well, because And so this thing is, you might like to give gifts. Okay, that could be part of your love language too. Is like you like to give gifts, and you got broken gifts over here. This is a broken cup, whereas this light side is your easy. It's easier for you to give more on the objects, money side with those pentacles. Than it is to, it might be a little harder to give with the cups, you know, because there's a lot of broken things there, and that's okay. But that tells me no, that's not true, because you have another thing you have on your light side is the Queen of Cups. So this says that you have mastered your emotions. You do know how to love and to give love and be open to love and be very caring and emotional and nurturing. You know how to do all of those things with this Queen of Cups. So this mastery is wonderful. You can master this. It's just getting, that's a great stance. Your love language, I feel like your love language is providing security, making people feel secure. But sometimes when you do that, maybe you give too much and it doesn't work out, and you dwell on that. And so it's saying don't dwell on, keep your heart open with that queen of, I was going to say Queen of Hearts, but with that Queen of Cups, okay? So I'm going to finish off with one little thing for you. Look at that. Like, that's all about open heart right there. Finishing with the heart. It says that you are dearly loved in the eternal truth for the grand comic scheme of things. Only love is real, and only love will remain forever within your hearts. Love does not judge you. It just unconditionally loves you. It is a true wisdom of consciousness. Seek shelter in love, and you shall hear the song of spirit and be guided by its sacred sound. So that was your message, okay? So I'm going to leave you guys with, yes, your love language is gifts. The security is trying to provide security, but also having that passion and that pleasure as well. Okay, pile one, thank you so much. It was a joy, guys, reading for you today. You guys have a wonderful one. Bye. Hello, pile two. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. So today we are going to be looking at what is your love language. So I'm just going to, tell you what I see or what comes out or what I hear or what I envision, okay? So remember, these are general, so take what works and let the rest follow. Just leave it on the table, okay, if it's not for you, okay? When I got started, I actually did the stones first, and the thing that came out was the third eye, and I was thinking, okay, this person is definitely more love languages. They're more in their head. They keep things within themselves, or they love in a way that's very spiritual or very connected to their intuition. And I feel like then the soul connections came out, and I was like, oh wow. So I feel like your love language speaks about this wonderful, I'm kissing my lips. I'm gonna start shuffling too to get your love language card. That you don't see as relationships or connections that they're not, you have learned that they're not mistakes. You understand that all connections were either some kind of lesson or some kind of higher meaning. You see relationships as having, they were brought into your life for a reason, and you take them as that, and you understand that because you see them through your third eye, through your intuition, because it's I feel like it's open. You're probably one of those people who can connect with others psychically, and have those, nice. If you're in a relationship, you can psychically feel your partner. Or I'm also hearing, like, yeah, some of the things I've heard. Your car went flying across the room, and I'm not going to take it because it was like 3, but Queen of Cups was on the top. So you know when a connection is supposed to be. I really feel that with your third eye coming up. So you see, yeah, in your love language is the Magician. So it's like, you know, create the you create the relationships that come into your life. You're the creator of them. Okay? And yeah, because it's like you have all the elements, and you can take into account how they're created, you know, what they're going to be based on. Are they going to be based on, you know, just Pentacles energy, or, you know, cups or wands? Are they just going to be passionate, or it's going to be emotionally fulfilling, or with emotional growth? So I really feel like, you know, with your, you know, that third eye. Okay. So we are going to be looking at the shadow side of this, because sometimes when we, I feel like this Magician, sometimes we don't create the creations we make. We didn't mean to create those. And so that could be a shadow side of being the creator. And there is a light side to it too. When I said that, I was looking at the little rooster in the picture right here. And it was giving me this whole vibe of interesting. It was giving me this whole vibe of, watch out what you ask for, watch out what you're creating. Yeah. So so the negative aspect of this is just not paying attention to what you're doing. Like I said, not paying attention to what you're creating, like what you're trying to master. What are you trying to get out of this relationship? Not paying attention to it, and not really knowing that you're this powerful being, and you know you have all these spiritual gifts. I feel like you're gifted, and you can see things. So yeah. But at the same time, sometimes you get messy with how you create. You don't take the time to truly master it, because that Eight of Pentacles is all about mastery, but this is the shadow side of it. And it's so not taking the time to master a relationship, not taking the time to master what you truly want, and just, you know, taking shortcuts kind of, and kind of being lazy with it. This is so interesting, because a lot of cards that are coming out for a pile, I've shuffled in between too. Pile 2 is coming out for you guys, and they're flying out. They're not just me picking them. These are being pulled out. So actually, yeah, this is and then sometimes you hold back as well. And I think, oh my gosh, you are the creator, but I haven't gotten any cups yet. So your shadow side is that you focus a lot on the Pentacles thing. You focus too much on work. I'm just going to say it. You focus so much on your work that you don't give to love. Okay? You're not seeing love because you focus so much on, you know, I want stability. I want to work on, you know, make sure I finish this and do this. And I don't have time to look up from my work to even care about a relationship. And so not putting the time and effort into a relationship. Again, being sloppy. Okay? You might master stuff at your job. You might be wonderful and great at that, and you master that. But you're also a magician, so you can also master a relationship as well. So where this Knight of Pentacles, he's supposed to be that stable energy. And yes, you are stable, but I think you get stable, stuck, and stagnant. And when it comes to putting your focus so much on money that you don't put any towards love. Okay? And that's not the end. Just know that's your shadow side, and just know that you need to bring a balance to to your love life. You know, put a little more effort into it if you want a soul connection, you know. Let's look at the light, because you got light. Your light, yeah. This Ace of Cups. Oh, that's beautiful light. You know, don't be afraid to open up and start a new relationship and connect with others and see relationships in a different way. Don't be afraid to do that. That you see that cup right there? It's huge, but in the same cup, and it's empty though. So your light is that you do have this, you know how, and right now, because this is the moment now, if you're watching this, this is the moment now where you can start pouring into that cup. Pouring your feelings, pouring your emotions into that cup and giving that to someone and speaking it to someone, you know. And if you don't have that someone, it's connecting to others and like individuals so that you can be able to open up in that way and making sure when you're doing it, it's not purely based on your work. Okay. Another light you have is the Seven of Pentacles. So waiting on the fruits of your labor. Okay, so putting in the effort over, I feel like if you put the effort in here with this Ace of Cups towards love, if you, take that leap of faith for pouring something out, start a new beginning in a relationship or a connection, it's that it will be very fruitful. If you look at that seven pentacles, the light side of it, and you're so pentacles based, it's still going to be fruitful for you. So that's what it's saying. Even though you do focus a lot on pentacles, yeah, you focus a lot on work. Maybe you need a vacation. But at the same time, this cup is showing up saying that the light side of you is ready to love. It's ready to share. It's ready to share that heart space. And I think if you have this third eye and you know about soul connections, you know this. And if you're a magician, you know this. You know what you can do. You know how you can create. And there is a wonderful outcome right there with that Seven of Pentacles. Okay? So let me get your heart card, your little message. Your message was quick. So you got this beautiful heart card. It says, this card reflects for protection, freedom, and success. It won't be quick or easy, but you will succeed, and you are protected along the way. Free yourself of past doubt, fear, and guilt. Let go of fixed expectations. Be flexible, adaptable, and open to new avenues and ideals. A higher power is trying to guide you. Yeah, this right here, remember that new cup I said about free yourself from stuff and let go of things, let go of things not working out maybe too with those pentacles. And yeah, but it says it's going to be a success. It says it won't be quick or easy, but you will succeed. And that's what that is. It will come to fruition. So whatever you're trying to create, yeah, and maybe this is, maybe it is something within a job too. Your love language right now could be work. But I think if it is, you're going to have to pour your passion into it, and you're going to have to pour your emotions and how you're feeling into it, because the cups did show up. Okay. All right, pile 2. Thank you so much for being here today. You guys have a wonderful one. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Thank you guys today for joining me. Today we are going to look at what your love language is. And so I don't know why I'm saying this, but I want to say it's not like traditional love language, like your love language is just through gifts, or your love language is through touch, or your love language is through communication. This is whatever the cards is going to say, okay? I don't know why I need to say that, but I'm saying that. So right now, I want you to take what you need, because these are general messages, and let the rest flow, okay? Leave the rest on the table. You guys, to me, your love language is all about Well, I did pick the stones first, and this is the heart chakra. Your heart chakra is open because you got self-worth. You guys is, I feel like, out of all of the decks, even though the second deck's soul connection and third eye chakra did really, I feel like I could say those cards worked well together. I can say you guys' card in this stone came out perfectly. Like, I can see it. You to be able to see your self-worth and your value, your heart chakra has to be open. It has to be, because when it's closed off, you don't have that self-worth. It's hard for you to look in the mirror and to reflect on yourself. So I feel like right now you're coming into the world like, I'm loving, I'm opened, I know my worth, I know my value. And so you're reflecting that to people, and they don't like that, and so they stay away from you. That's your love language. You're a reflector. Oh my gosh, that's your love language. You reflect what people need to see. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I said that, but yeah, you are a mirror to people. That's what I feel. I feel like your love language is being a mirror, so people can see themselves. They see when they want to, look at you and say something bad about you. That's something inside of them that they need to look at. Okay. And when they see the beauty in you, that they can understand, oh my gosh, I have this inside of me as well. Okay. All right. Done with that tangent. I'm going to get your love language cards. So what is pile 3's love language, please? Let's see what comes out for you guys. And it'll be interesting. Yeah, what is that? Oh my goodness. You guys got the 10 of Cups. Oh, you guys are awesome. Whoever you are, this group, you're rocking it. You're rocking. Your love language is 10 of Cups. You guys you know how to feel all the cups across the board. For that, like I said, your heart is open. You know your worth. You are very valuable. I know people talk about that. You're a high value man. You're a high value woman. It's not about, to me, it's not about high value. It's about, you are genuine. You are loving. You are authentic. That's what I feel with this 10 of Cups. This your trueness shines out, and people can see that, and that's what you want that's your love language. You want that from everyone else as well. You want them to be authentic with you. Okay, even if they're they have some ugly sides. We all don't have light sides. We have shadow sides. That's why we're about to see the shadow sides of this love language is, but you want people to be authentic like you are. And I don't think that's a bad thing. So let's look at the shadow parts of your love language. So, shadow card. And I'm only showing you half the card because the top half is shadow and the other side is light. So that's why I'm going to do 2 cards for shadow and 2 cards for light. And I'll only show you half of the card because that's the part you need to see for. And you had 2 that came out. Nice. So your, your shadow can be, sometimes you might get a little judgmental. Okay? Because you're so, and I get it. You know what? My heart chakra's open, but every once in a while, I'll get this little thing where I might get a judgy part of me that comes out. And I'm like, what is that? And again, I think that this is part of the shade of it all, is even though you reflect this to people, sometimes, you absorb. Remember, sometimes you can reflect, but sometimes you can absorb. So if you're not grounded enough, you can kind of sometimes absorb some of that energy, and it makes you become judgmental. Okay, so you can maybe get judgmental sometimes. That's what I really feel like when you're blowing that horn. Like, you're like, look at that person over there taking all of those crackers that they don't need. I just made that up, but But yeah, you can get judgmental, or look at them, look how they're raising their kids. They really suck as parents. Okay, stuff like that. And it could be small things, it could be big things, and that is a darker part of that, and that's okay. We it happens. And then oh my gosh, then you got Nine of Pentacles. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so you know what I got when I saw her face with this Nine of Pentacles? I got, oh, sometimes you might like to showboat. Yes, and if you're like, what are you with the freaking showboat? It's like you like to show off. You're like, look what I have. Look, well, look, it's it's kind of like look at me, look at me. I got this and I got that, and you don't have this, and kind of being very showy and to the extreme sometimes, and like, look, it can come off that. So that's why that mirror is there again. So it's also telling you to reflect sometimes. So maybe you do have the things you need, and you know what, if this does not go with you, and you're saying, I don't show off, then okay, don't take it as showing off. But sometimes you might, and it could be the smallest things. It doesn't have to be like, look at me and all this stuff that I have, because we don't all have stuff. But sometimes people can feel that way about you when you have so much confidence as well. Sometimes if you're overconfident, people are like, why are they, and that's on them, yes, but sometimes we need to bring it down a notch. And I get it. Sometimes, sometimes I'm like, ooh, look, I'm looking good today. And maybe the next person next to me is not feeling so great. And I'm over here like going, ooh, I'm looking hot as AF. And the next person's feeling like crap. And I'm going on about how hot I look. Is that really considerate? No, it's not. I'm going to tell you, I don't think it is. And, but I'm over here thinking that and saying that. And the person next to me is having a crappy day. Okay? So it's kind of, you got to kind of look at that. That's what I'm getting from you guys. Okay? And if it's not, then maybe it's just a judgment. Okay? Take that. All right. So your light side. Ooh. What's going on? Oh, what? I'm going to get cards, I promise. Can I have 2 cards for pile 3 for the light side, please? I might pull from the middle if I don't get anything here in a second. Okay, I am going to cut my deck and pull like that because I am struggle boating. Okay. Look at that. I love this. You know why I love this? 5 of Cups. Even the 5 of, sometimes the 5 of Cups sucks. If it's, if 5 of Cups sucks. But you know how great that you are, how much you know your worth and your value so much, is that you can take the 5 of Cups and you can say, okay, yeah, things didn't work out in the past, but you can make the 5 of Cups look good. That's how positive and self-reflective you are and open-hearted you are, because it takes a lot to heal that of regret. If you think of the 5 of Cups and you think of the actual 5 of Cups, the Rider-Waite 5 of Cups, and that person's looking back at the regret and how things turned out and dwelling on the past. But this card is telling you you're not. You're like, okay, things didn't work out. Yeah, there's some broken cups that wasn't so great, and I only have these. You know what? I'm going to enjoy what I have right now. And recognizing your present. And you were able to recognize the present and be in the present and appreciate the present. And that's beautiful. And another thing, the other card that came out was the Page of Cups. So again, you know how to be, playful in this world. You know how to come in and embrace new ideas and seeing new ideas. Let's see if I can get that in there. Oh, well, it doesn't want to do that. Okay. And so that's what I feel like that Page of Cups. And you're just like, okay. And you're out seeking new ways that you can emotionally connect with people. Okay. And you're wanting to learn new ways to tap into your feelings or connect with the world. Okay. So your ending card, you got this. This is beautiful. It reminds me of the sun card, and I did see the sun flash out at me. And your message is, within the realm of your soul, there are endless universities, each vast and the same time small. Even in the tiniest particle of the subatomic matter, there is endless expansion. Creation is a cosmic motion picture in which you are both director and actor. Look within and express outwardly the endless waves of love within you. May your love embrace the earth and fill all of creation. Okay? That was the message on the card, guys. And that was really beautiful. So it's saying you have all this love. Go keep on seeking love with that page. Keep doing that. And keep that heart. In the Five of Cups, keep seeing the Five of Cups like that. Like, okay, it didn't work out. I'm going to stay present and I'm going to keep going. But you are a catch. With that Ten of Cups, your love language is beautiful. And yeah, it does have dark sides where sometimes you can overdo it. But I think you know how to pull it back. All right? So, pile 3, thank you so much. I loved it. Have a great day. Bye.